Hi, I'm Phil from parkerlings.com. I hope you're all well today. Today I'm going to be recording my first baking video, so let's hope and pray for the best. The yumminess I'm bringing you today is a white chocolate and cranberry cookie tray bake. A bit of a mouthful though, it's not the first time I've tried this one. It's got lots of sweetness from the dried cranberries. Of course, who doesn't love the taste of chocolate? So currently we live just a few yards from the Mars chocolate factory, so we frequently get to enjoy the aroma of chocolate bars, Skittles, M&Ms and an array of other sweet things. So there's always a temptation for making chocolate cookies, especially as I'm out in the garden so much I get to smell it all the time. There are only 10 ingredients to this recipe, but don't feel that you have to strictly stick to these. You could use semi-sweet chocolate chips, exchange your cranberries for a cup of pecan nuts. Personally, I can't eat nuts, so I previously went all out with 2 full cups of chocolate chips. You can mix these between 2 types if you wish, but makes for something very nice and sweet. While I often use dairy butter for baking, I prefer to use a baking block for some recipes such as this one, as it seems to make for a more lighter cookie density. A baking block usually contains approximately 50% less saturated fat, and it seems to make for an added fluffiness. Now if you're a vegan, this is perfect because the baking block I used is promoted by the Vegan Society in the UK, so it's safe for you as well. Also, there's alternative for eggs. Well, I'm starting to get a little hungry with all of this talk of cookies and chocolate, so let's get baking. So before we get into the ingredients properly, if we can first get our oven preheated to 375 Fahrenheit, which is approximately 190 degrees Celsius. And so we have our flour, soft brown sugar, cranberries, white chocolate, white granulated sugar, bicarbonate of soda or baking soda. Here is some salt, 2 eggs, and this is a baking block which is mainly for cookies, cakes, that kind of thing, so works out better for this kind of recipe. With all of this wet ingredients aside, we'll just deal with the dry first. So now we get to the fun part then. So if we get our baking block, just put that in, and then get our soft brown sugar, just put that in as well, our granulated sugar, and finally here we have our vanilla. Put that in. So now we're going to whisk this up. So I'm just going to put these away first of all so you can see properly. So we've got our whisk here, let's give it a go. Here we go. So I should just combine it together. I want to do this until it's fairly fluffy. This may take a little while, so bear with me. Just turn it up a little bit. So let's stop there, that should be good. So let's just wipe this down. There we go. So now we get our eggs here, let's just place them in. And now we'll just wipe this off, we'll get our beaters back again, and we'll get those mixed up. So we're just going to do this until it's properly combined. It's starting to look good. Okay, I think that's enough. There we go. So now we're going to take our flour mixture here. So that's the baking soda, the salt and the flour. Now I'm not going to just put it all in at once, we're going to do it bit by bit. And we're just going to do it gently, we're not going to do it high, I'm not going to do it for too long. Don't want it going tough. See, that's getting together quite nicely. And then we'll just put the rest of that in there, that should be enough. As I say, definitely don't put it all in at once. Now if you think you're going to fold in too much at once there, we can just simply say, right, ignore the mixer and just go straight to a spatula and fold it together. So I'll just do that for the rest here that's on the side. There we go, so that looks pretty well combined to me. That's your main mixture. So let's bring our cranberries back in again. Now as you can see, I have actually slightly dusted them with flour, so what that'll mean is that When they are cooking, they won't simply go straight to the bottom of the pan. There's nothing worse than when you go to your cookie and then find that absolutely every single bit of chocolate, every bit of fruit has just landed right at the bottom and you've got nothing to bite for the rest of it. So let's continue mixing this. There we go, just doing it lightly. As I say, we don't want to mix too much. So now if we get the chocolate chips here, so do say 2 cups worth roughly, but obviously it's up to you. You can put more in if you want, do it to taste. Not too much though. Yes, there is such a thing as too much chocolate. That's coming across quite nicely here, just a little bit more. But I think that's pretty well mixed in. Now what I'll do as well, I'll just take all the loose mixture off the beaters as well and put that in. Now remember, a good mum lets you lick the beaters. A really good mum turns off the mixer first. So the nice thing about doing tray baked cookies is that unlike normal ones, you don't have to refrigerate the dough at all. You can just put it straight into the pan and put it then straight into the oven. So nice simple thing if you're having someone around and you need to make something on the quick. So what we'll do, we'll just put this all into the pan here. This is a pre-buttered pan. You can use a non-stick if you wish. Just at this moment, this is the one I have to hand. So just spread this across here once I've put it all in. You can see all of those lovely bits of chocolate in there and all those cranberries. It's going to be quite lovely, it'll be quite sweet. So you won't want to eat too many at once. Okay, so we'll give this a spread around. Do this with a spatula or with your fingers, whichever you wish. I'll start with a spatula and see how it goes. You don't have to be perfect, it will spread in the oven anyway to the sides. So just try not to get it on the top if you can, you don't want that burning. I think we're pretty much done. So I say, it doesn't matter too much if you do miss the odd little bit here and there around the edge, because it will spread to the edges and rise nicely. So this will now go into our oven that we've preheated already at 375 Fahrenheit or 190 Celsius. It will go in there for 20 to 25 minutes, so just keep an eye on it at 20. If it does get a golden brown on top first of all, then that'll be when it's ready to come out. So keep an eye on it. I'm sure you'll smell it first though. Let's put this in now and we'll come back to you hopefully with a decent finished article. So let's get them out of the oven, see what they're like. So there we go. That looks like a pretty good finished article, I think. So you can tell it is done. It's only been in for 20 minutes though, so 25 would have been too long. You see here, this is all nice and golden brown. A little bit darker around here, but that's all good. So we'll let it all just cool down for a few minutes, and then we'll come back to it and see if we can make it into manageable slices. So the time has come. We've given it about 15 minutes to let it cool down a little bit, and hopefully everything now is set nicely inside. So let's have ourselves a look. Get the knife through. Crispy on the edge there, that's fine. So let's do a second wrap. I didn't say I was the best at doing the straightest rows in the world. So as I say, these are going to be quite sweet, so you're not going to want too many in large slices, so we'll just do this in manageable slices here, just nice little bite-sized ones. So here we go, let's see what comes out. Well, it came out. There we go. It's quite nice and moist. Got the cranberries in here, the chocolate's all over. It's nice. So let's turn it over. You see that's nicely tanned there on the bottom as well, so that's good. So happy with that. Question is, What does it taste like? Well, let's break a bit off. Let's see. This is definitely one to do. Absolutely lovely. And as I was saying, this is a really simple thing to do, especially if you've got guests coming over and you haven't got anything ready yet for dessert. This is very quick. You don't have to put it in the fridge to cool down first. You don't have to shape everything. You just simply put it all in one big tray, stick it in the oven, and that's it. Simple as it is. So I'm going to complete the cutting up of the cookie sheet and get ready to share this with family. So I hope you decide to do this at home as well, and do feel free to share your thoughts. If there's anything that you think could be improved on, or anything that you particularly like, please feel free to let us know. It'd be interesting to know what you do, so please do give us some feedback. Maybe it'll be something that we'll try as well. So thank you for joining me with this cookie baking. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we see you again soon. Okay, bye bye.